This time around, we're taking a look at Morphet. I probably already butchered that name, but whatever, let's just get to it. He is from one of my clans, the Cirque 4 clan. I only noticed this right after watching the replay the first time, really. It's not like the Cirque clans have any, favorable things in the replays or anything. He's just from Cirque 4. And as you can see, unlike the previous replay, this is a tier 7 game. There's even tier 7 artillery, which is not going to be too much fun. But yeah, so this is the VK 3002D, and that's also a tank, just like the T43, that you don't really see too much. It's not really that hyped. Let me just increase the minimap here. I don't know why that thing keeps going down like that. Anyway, we are on Westfield's tier 7 game in a VK 3002D, a tank that you don't really see too often. And we are on the K line here. Takes a nice shot there at the T4485. That was a good shot. Snipe, I think, right in the cupola there. But this replay is pretty interesting because I never really go here. I myself always go to pretty much the city and mediums, and if I'm in a heavy tank, I usually end up going north. But not Morphet. He's just gonna chill on the K line. There's a lot of enemies already in front of him, and his teammates are already almost dead, pretty much. Ooh, probably should have taken a bit longer time to aim and kill secure that T4485, but the next shot does go through into the, I believe that was what, the M4? Oh, sorry, the M7, of course. He takes another shot at the M7, but it actually ends up going into VKP. I'm pretty sure that was aimed for the M7 anyway. Then takes a nice shot at the 12T. Only the turret is visible. Takes another one and kills him. Now, this gun, let me just quickly check the stats here. Does 220 alpha, but the pen is only 132. That's not very high. I mean, it is tier 7, but that's not very high. And the pen on the premium is 171. So, he takes some pot shots here. The T43 is not really shooting back. He gets into a little bit more of an aggressive position, but it's not so much in the open anymore. You can't get shot from the city from here, which he could be in the other spot there. So he patiently goes forward here. VKP, maybe take a pot shot there. Yep. Doesn't seem to go through, but that was a good shot to take. He was just spotted there, and it was likely that he was probably going to hit him. But there you go. Finishes him off anyway. Shot in the sight. Bit of a snapshot. And then the T43 here. Apparently he's like AFK. He just doesn't want to play anymore. Just DC'd or something. Morphet doesn't really give a damn. He's just going to, farm this damage up real quick. At least we could see what kind of a DPM this thing got. Oh, that was a bit of an RG shot there into the tracks. Still aims for low plate. Oh, he has a automatic fire extinguisher. That was right into the belly. That was rip. ELC is like, oh, let me just ninja the kill, but he just bounces off the front. So Morph just ends up killing the T43. We're already up to 2,731 damage after killing that M7. Excellent shot there. And the Cromwell's in the open. He's a green player, but I don't know. That was right in the tracks. It's a bit unlucky. It was pretty well aimed. That one goes through. And the ELC finishes him off. He was tracked by Morphet, so there you go. Gets the assist on that. Now, if you look at the battle here, there is only Morphet left and an ELC against a KV3, a Tiger P, both of the few tier 7s. A T150, there's still a bird alive, and there's a T67. So let's see what is going to happen in this one. Like I said, the damage is quite high after feeding on the T43, but even without the T43 it would be around 2k damage, which is already pretty good for a tier 7 game. But because of the AFK T43 or the TC one, I don't know what happened there. He's on a nice 3k damage already, but is gonna have to carry his pants off if he wants to make this game, because it looks not so likely that this is gonna end well. But he's in a good position to defend here. Takes uses the bush here, sees if he can use his view range. The view range in this thing is pretty good if you look on the minimap. You can almost see the entire map. There you go. Spots him, goes back, so he's behind the bushes. Takes his time aiming and finishes off the T-150. He did switch to the APCR here. He doesn't take any prisoners, he just doesn't want to bounce these heavies. The KV-3 luckily seems to be stuck there, you can see by the turret, but it still means that the hull is the same old same, which is actually really good. Morphet actually is aiming for the turret here, which is a good call, because with the premium ammo you can shoot through, I think, even that gun mantlet. And if you want to make sure that you're penning it, you have to hit the commanding cupola there, but at these ranges you might bounce those off. So the T-67 shows up behind them, and the ELC spots him coming in. Takes another shot. Avoids that 101. Yeah, it might have been into the ELC by the KV-3, but I don't think so, because that's a lot of alpha. T-67 there. Nice third person hit. Goes in. Finishes him off. That was a bit of a snapshot, but pretty good nonetheless. And he switched to AP for that, because obviously you don't need APCR for those T-67s. Also, cleverly going forwards all the time so he doesn't get hit by the artillery, but now he does get hit by something else, and it can only be the Tiger P, because the KV-3 is behind him, obviously a slow tank, and Morphet's on a hill, so it has to be the Tiger P. He decides to keep on moving because the KV-3 is not capping right now, and his tank is probably fast enough to decap. So, takes a quick snapshot there at the Tiger P. Gets into a better defensive position here and gets back into cover, basically. And then makes use of the bush here.
Enemy armor is hit. Ready to fire. Target released. Enemy armor is damaged.
So he's sniping really well here against the Tiger P. One bounce there, but two in the roof, I do believe. Tries aiming for the commanding cupola right now and gets spotted with that last shot. Artillery is on him as well. Commanding cupola gets it for 200. If he high rolled, it would have already been a kill. He's safely behind the bush now, but he probably should have moved because of the artillery. And maybe switch to HE to finish his Tiger P off.
We didn't penetrate their armor. We've lost the track.
So there you go. The ELC actually manages to finish off the Tiger P there, and the bird shows up. And in two quick shots, he takes out the FE-304, aka the bird. And now there's only the KV-3 left. And he is on 566 health. The ELC is almost on 200-ish, 191. So this is going to be pretty much a cleanup. If you take a look at the damage here in the top left corner, he's on almost 5,500 damage in the tier 7. That's quite impressive considering it's not one of the best tier 7s out there, but it holds its own. It has pretty nice frontal armor as well. And the gun DPM seems to be quite alright with 220 alpha and this reload. So Morphet switches to the APCR once again. Has not been spamming it too much. I think he put 2 or 3 shots earlier into the KV-3 to decap basically, and maybe the T-150. And switched to AP for the Tiger P and the T-67. So that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So I'm gonna speed up the replay a little bit here because this might take a while. It's the replay shows 2 caps, 2 people in the cap, but there's not, so don't worry about that. So the ELC spots the KV-3 here. Morphet here trying to take some shots at the KV-3. Obviously the base capture wasn't going as fast as as it was showing up to be. That's just because I was speeding up the replay, so don't worry about that. Taking a look at where the KV-3 is aiming at, zooming out. Zooming out again here. Waits for the KV-3, shoots him again. He bounces a shot on his frontal plate there, and he knows he has to reload now. Takes another shot. Now the KV-3 could shoot back, but he's not a one-shot.
That one didn't
Bounces the last shot, and the EOC finished him off, giving him over 5k damage and 7 kills. So let's quickly hop into the post-game stats for this one. So let's take a look at the end played here from Morphet. Obviously getting the Mastery Badge, High Caliber for doing the most damage, basically. Top Gun, and a Defender Medal, and a couple of these, we have here Hand of God, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect. Probably a whole other shebang of medals that don't show up on the website. In any case, 1800 XP, base XP for tier 7 in the VK 5002D, over 5000 damage, 7 kills. Pretty crazy. Let's take a look at the detailed report here. 44 shots fired, obviously a lot of sniping. Only 26 pens, but did hit 37 of those, so that's not too bad actually. And still made 23k even after shooting a bunch of APCR in the end there just to finish off the game and not lose it. I don't really blame him. Still made some credits. Not really a problem. Also got a little bit of assistance and traveled 3.5. Overall, I think it's a pretty good replay, especially considering it's in one of the lesser, well known probably as well, and lesser played tier 7 mediums. So overall, really good job by Morphet here. Hope you guys enjoyed this replay. Got one more coming up on Friday, and on Friday I'll also announce the winner. The Friday replay doesn't mean it will be the winner. I will pick a winner out of all 3. So a couple of people were saying that in the comments, like, oh, this guy came third. Just like, nah, I just like these replays, and I'll just pick the one I like the most. And he's going to get the 5,500 gold. So maybe the guy who was on Monday will win. You never know. In any case, hope you guys enjoy this new content. If you do, let me know in the comment section below. I love to hear your thoughts. I always check my comments on YouTube. So, yeah, anyway, don't forget to check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/Sircon, where I play World of Tanks live myself on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Hope to see you guys there. In any case, peace out, guys.